Can we see a destruction? It's not from my mouth. You heard it from Shile's mouth.
It reminds me of last season.
Shile's mouth. So, can we see a destruction this night?
As much as we've talked about City being angry at the moment, maybe this might just be the sort of game that turns around Chelsea's season.
Okay.
Sometimes when you're down, when you fear nothing, you might just spark something.
Yep.
And for Manchester City, the biggest mistake they would make heading to this game is feeling, we have it wrapped up already. Let's not forget when Chelsea was struggling and Thomas Tuchel took over. The City games were the ones where we would actually see the best of Chelsea. And I think over the years too, against City, Chelsea just always find a way to step up and surprise everyone. It might just be one of those nights.
Okay.
City might just have a bad day, like we've seen them have, sometimes this season. And for Pep Guardiola, the fact that he still doesn't have a clear idea of his first 11 is also a problem, because the rotation is always on automatic, basically. So tonight, I'm expecting a very competitive Chelsea side. Will they win? That's the question. But again, I do feel they have the sort of players to go toe-to-toe with Chelsea, irrespective of the old injuries at the moment. And for Graham Potter, he's got to be brave as well. I understand the fact that he's trying so hard to implement his own stuff. But again, it starts from understanding your players first. And when you get to understand the kind of players you have, then you can begin to implement whatever you want to do. He hasn't really brought in the sort of players that will play the sort of football he wants. So make use of what you have to get the best results, irrespective of how you set up your team. So tonight, like I've said, it might just be an anticlimax. It might just be a game where we might see another draw.
Okay.
Again, City will do everything, but again, I would say City are not playing too well. And I feel if Chelsea come with their A game, they can actually capitalize on that.
Dion, what's the approach for Chelsea tonight? Bode rightfully has mentioned that City are not playing all that well. We saw them against Everton. They were held to 1-1 draw as well, and all of that. What is the approach? Should they be braver, like Bode suggested, and go all out and try to get a win against City? Because given what City have in attack, that could be leaving yourself exposed at the back. Or do they be conservative and hit on the break? What's the approach for Graham Potter tonight?
I would say the safer option is keep it conservative, keep it uber conservative, because City are a team that smell blood right now. I'm sure they're reeling from the disappointment of dropping points at the Etihad. So I think Chelsea might just be in it to receive a lot of cane. A lot of cane. So
I don't think so.
Not to be fair.
50-50.
To be fair,
it's 50-50. And if you look at it, the previous meetings between these sides, it's never really a high scoring tie, because Chelsea are a quality side. But even though they're down on their luck this term, City are always dangerous, especially on the front foot. So a side like Chelsea, I'm sure Graham Potter, he's a smart coach. He would know, if we want to go all out against these guys, you're going to leave yourself really open and vulnerable at the back. And guess what? When you have beasts like Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, pardon my choice of words, but when you have players like that, lethal finishers who would not even waste any time in front of goal, I think that Chelsea could be in for a really tough time against Manchester City. But then again, I would say just keep it conservative.
Very quickly,
on the break.
I have something to add.
The games City have struggled this season, they are games where the opposition have gone
at them. Yes.
So City also crack when they know that this team will agree.
True.
And that's the sort of attitude I want just to put up to them. I'm not saying go all gongo. Just ensure that you take the game to them and ensure that no space to really operate. Right? At the end of the day,
Stephen, you have something
to be honest, I agree with Bode. Both teams have shipped almost the same number of goals. Chelsea have shipped 18 goals this season. City have shipped 16. So they can crack.
So
and they've cracked.
They're not all that.
Yeah, they're not so solid.
My final words is Chelsea, Graham Potter.
All right.
Be very conservative.
All right. There's a difference of opinion in the studio here. So let's just do the simple thing and call it. Bode, 1-1. Stephen,
Haaland, 3-0.
Dion,
City 3-1.
City 3-1. All right, there you go. We'll get to fantasy in a bit, but let's just give some transfer gist out of the way. Benfica, we hear they have rejected Chelsea's first offer for Enzo Fernandez. It's not even close to what. It's the spread of the offer. That's the thing with Chelsea. Chelsea want to pay 112 million across 3 years, but Benfica want the fee paid in full. Pay us our money and go. because you never know. You never know. It's a new ownership at Chelsea, and it's not the same. It's not the same. Chelsea are also looking at alternatives as well. Moises Caicedo is one of the alternatives they're looking at for Enzo Fernandez. We'll see who they get at the end of the day. For United, we know they're chasing a forward player, and they've been linked with João Felix, but they're only offering 4 million euros, which is way less than the 12 million euros that Atletico Madrid are asking for. So again, we'll see if they'll come back to the table and make some things happen at the end of the day. But time will tell what happens there. Over at Everton, Frank Lampard will be in charge of the FA Cup clash between Everton and Manchester United. But there are still serious doubts about his long-term future, and they are talking about whether to sack him or not. So time will tell at the end of the day.
If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.